Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back for another TOS video. So I'm here to give you guys some sort of news blast for this upcoming version 16.0. Right, so yesterday GNN News have actually released some sort of info, right, which is actually very juicy info, right? Consider sometimes they actually release some news which are totally not relevant to us anyways. Right, so yesterday, right, they have dropped a ton of news to us, right, and then they have actually revealed to us who the 10 seal boss is. Right, so as you can see on the screen, that is the 10 seal boss, right? Prepare for the 10 seal Fallen Massacre Behemoth. So in my opinion, I'm not sure why they do this like so early in the the patch is not even out yet, right? And then they kind of like revealed the artwork to us, Fallen Massacre Behemoth. Right, so remember when the 9 seal actually drops, they actually kept Chaos a secret, right? They gave actually just a silhouette of Chaos and then not revealing its artwork whatsoever, right? But they just drop this image in our face, right? This time, right? 10 seal. Right, so I'm not sure because I'm not sure about lore wise, right? So some of you guys might be lore into TOS lore and stuff like that, or maybe into real life lore as well, right? So Behemoth is one of like a demon kind of, I'm not very sure, right? So some of you guys might want to explain to me in the comments below, right? So I think a lot of people are saying this guy is not really that strong of a demon, right? So not sure why they actually set this as a 10 seal boss, right? So if I were to take your words saying that Behemoth is not that strong of a demon, right? So I can actually foresee why Madhead do this, right? Like, because this, although it's called the 10 seal, is the first map of the demon side of the story, right? So this guy is literally the Saruman of the god side, right? So you can pretty much call this the first seal boss of the demon story, right? So I won't be surprised if Behemoth is actually a weak demon, right? Because maybe they are gonna expand the demon side of the story, right? In which they are gonna keep some of the stronger demons later to a later story and stuff like that, right? So moving on, we have this Warzone Remain map in the demon, which is 10 seal map, right? I love this implementation. You know why? Because as you can see on the screen right now already, Warzone Remain, which is one of the map in the 10 seal storyline, right, actually refuse entry for Elf, Beast, and Dragon race, right? So which means that if you bring these 3 races into the map, into the battle, right, they will basically just refuse entry to you, right? Which means that you can't even enter the battle, right? So this leaves us with human race, Machina race, as well as God race, right? I don't think I left any of that. Yeah, that's basically the rest of the race available to us, right? So I think they're making this more realistic in a way in terms of storyline, right? Because at this point of time we are running into the demon side of the story. We don't have business with the elf, the beast, and the dragons, right? So which means that they are not in the storyline at all, right? It's basically the clash between the gods and the demons, and then humans are there because we, the summoners, are humans, and the Machinas are actually created by the gods, right? In which they actually play a bit of a storyline within this 10 seal as well, right? So this is a great implementation, right? Because not only it makes it more fitting within the storyline, but it refuses entry to Azathoth. Yes, Azathoth is down again. Right, so I think a lot of people have been clearing stages with Azathoth, and I think Madhead actually wants you guys to use more variety of teams, right? Instead of just plainly using Azathoth to clear every single thing, right? So I understand that it is a strong card, but I think TOS is all about having varieties, right? Like using many different teams to counter all the different kinds of stages out there, right? So this is going to be very interesting, right? Because we're stuck with, maybe, I missed out demons as well, right? So we can actually use demon, right? So human, demon, gods, and Machina, these 4 races, right? So we'll see how this plays out. I think Yusuke and stuff will still be relevant, right? Just we can't bring in the elf race, right? So sorry Kurama, you're out as well, right? So probably Yusuke and Hiei is going to be taking the front stage for this 10th seal, right? We'll see how it goes. Alright, moving on, we do have this image of the 10th seal, right? So gather 5 tune stones to ritual ruins. Right, so this mechanic here is basically very similar to what we see in the 8th seal, right? So we'll go back, we have some travel back to memory lane, right, to 8th seal. Right, remember before we fight Yog-Sothoth in the 8th seal, we actually have to collect the regalias or relics, right? Piece by piece every day, Monday to Friday, just to fit into the door, so you can open it. And so this is a similar mechanic in the 10th seal, right? In which I think basically it's probably gonna be the same condition, like probably Monday 1 piece, Tuesday 1 piece, Wednesday 1 piece, and so on, right? And then we collect all of them, and then we gain access to one of the special maps. Alright, so this is gonna be, I think, interesting. I think this won't allow players to just simply rush through the entire seal and just complete it within 1 day. Right, so players will probably get stuck here, right, until they farm the pieces or tune stones, right, one by one every day to gain access to this, probably the final stage and stuff like that. Right, so for me, right, if I'm doing a live stream, right, so I'll probably gonna get stuck here, right, until I get, you know, all the 5 stones to access, you know, whatever special maps that they have for us. Right, so this is gonna be interesting, right? So I'm very hyped up for the 10th seal storyline. Right, so I think they've done a good job in terms of the animation for the 10th seal. Right, so if you guys have not seen it, you can actually check it out on my Facebook page. There is some sort of like a sneak peek or review on how these how the 10th seal animation, boss animation look like, right? So it's actually pretty dope, right? So go check it out if you are interested. Right, so moving on, upon clearing the 10th seal, right, or potentially some part of the 10th seal, right, we are actually given this human exclusive Dragonware, right? So actually when I first saw this post, I was quite confused, right? So by forging a Dragonware, you actually need a copy of, you know, whatever cards in order to forge the Dragonware, right? So this Dragonware here is actually human exclusive, which means that as long as the card is human race, you can actually equip this Dragonware to this, you know, to this card, right? So my question back then was, so what card do you sacrifice to make this Dragonware? Right, so the answer has been revealed. This is gonna be a given reward upon completing certain part of the 10th seal, or maybe the end of the 10th seal, right? So this is given as a reward to you guys. So if you take a look at the Dragonware condition, it's actually monster attack, recovery times 1.05, which is like 0.05 in fact, kind of increase. So I'm not sure why is that even just give a bigger buff, Madhead, seriously. So other than that, we have monster skill CD -1 when entering stage, right? So it only applies once, right? So entering stage, and after that, that's it, you're back to your normal CD, right? Which is fine because it's a free Dragonware, so I ain't complaining, right? At least better than nothing. And on top of that, dissolving 25 or more runestones triggers monster attack to be times 1.2, right? So just a slight increase, right? But is still a better, is better than the normal craft, right? Which doesn't give anything, right? So I'll just take it. So those of you who are not forging any Dragonware, this is probably gonna be your first Dragonware in your inventory, right? So it's gonna be a interesting one, right? So now they are actually releasing race exclusive Dragonware, right? So you can expect other races to get this sort of treatment as well, right? So I don't think they're gonna be that biased to humans, right? They're probably gonna release other races exclusive Dragonware somewhat in the future. Right, and then I'm coming to one of my favorite part of the news, right, which is the new Dragonic Compulsion mode. Right, so it's about due time, right? I think the last, what was the last Dragonic Craft that they introduced? I think it's probably the Crash Fever one, right? But that is a collaboration craft, so I think the official new, the previous one is gonna be the Shadowfall Opal, if I remember correctly, like excluding Crash Fever collaboration style kind of craft, right? So we have, it's finally due for a new craft, right? So this is called Bubble of Mirror. You have this unique shape right here, Of course, they have this gigantic plain piece in the middle, right, for level 3 crafts, right, to slot in the race icons and stuff like that. Alright, so the gameplay is gonna be a bit confusing at first, right? So I'll probably do a tutorial when that comes out. Right, so having a new Dragoncraft means that we can potentially expect this craft challenge to be back, right? In which you get maybe 20k score and then you get max reward, right? So this will include the old craft as well as this new Bubble of Mirror craft challenge, right? So of course there's gonna be more rewards, right? So we'll just take that. And with that being said, the Craft Forge will be available to us to craft Blade of Slashing and Bubble of Mirror. Right, so currently I think we are only allowed to forge craft of the Transposition, Diamond Shape. No, wait, that's Pattern of Connection, Diamond Shape, Transposition, which is the Candy Craft style, and the Exploding Craft, which is the Oval Shape. Right, and then that's about it. The rest is not really available to us to craft. Right, we won't get any. We can't possibly get any other style of craft, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, so now they are actually introducing these two craft into the forge, right? Which means that we can actually craft our slashing craft as well as the Bubble of Mirror craft, right? Which is good because that opens to more variety and potentially more RNG, right? So I'm not really a craft forge person, right? I've never really touched the craft forge because you actually have to invest a decent amount of diamonds to get something, or to get what you want actually. Right, so on top of that we do have new essence to make as well. So as you can see here, right, so with the introduction of Machina, right, Madhead have now introduced new essence for Machina, right, added into the Craft Forge. So we do have 1 star, 2 star, 3 star of these respective Machina essence, right, which is Machina Attack, Machina Recovery, as well as Machina CD. So I think a lot of people which are totally invested into this Craft Forge is gonna go for the Machina CD Reduce, right? Because CD Reduce is everything in the Craft Forge, right? Any other effect doesn't matter, right? So that's the current meta. As long as you reduce CD for all your cards, you can constantly activate them, and then that's about it. That's all you need for this custom craft, right? So I think the next Craft Forge, the Craft Drop Raid event is going to be up soon, right? That's going to allow us to, you know, kind of invest our diamonds to get that custom craft that we always wanted. And last but not least, we do have a brand new function, right, in the leaderboard, which is a copy function, right? So now Madhead have allowed us to easily copy another player's team, right, provided if you have that team, right? So basically what they did at the leaderboard page is that once you see a team that is actually ideal to you, like let's say if you see this guy at the number 1 leaderboard and say, hey, I have that team, I can actually form that team as well, right? So there's a copy function, right, which allows you to copy that guy's team, right, into your team setup, right? So that will save some time, right, for you to, instead of just going into your team and remembering what cards he actually used, right, you can simply just press copy and that's gonna be copied into your team setup, right? So a very lazy function in my opinion, right? So anyways, that's gonna be made easy for you guys, right? Those who actually uses the leaderboard as reference for, you know, ultimate stage, nightmare stage, right? This is gonna be very easy for you to form your team in future battles, right? So that's pretty much about it for yesterday's GNN news release, right? In my opinion, I find that this week's release has actually a lot of contents, in fact, right? So if you guys want to check out the original post, do go to the GNN website, right? It's all there, right? So overall, this is gonna be the mini news blast here for you guys, yeah, in English. Right, so if you guys enjoy this video, do give it a like, and then as usual, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.